Can you help me make that bitch make 10? Or do you need to embarrass me to get your views up, bro? Do you need to drag me, humiliate me, ask me all my business, and put my shit on for these little punk ass niggas that delete my messages, pipping y'all? Or I ain't even a hateful person, bro. I just
Nobody worried about him. He came to me, you know what I'm saying, on some disrespectful stuff. You know what I'm saying? The game over with. You still mad because I was locking you up? All right, go sleep on that. I ain't trying to hear that after the game. I be trying to laugh with the bros.
In the midst of a disastrous Democrat-created government shutdown, and it is Democrat-created, but I don't think they're getting really the blame that they should. That's now officially the longest shutdown in American history. The Democrat radicals in the Senate have shown zero interest in reopening the government, and I don't think they'll act so soon. A lot of people disagree. I've been saying for the last 30 days, we've had 4 or 5 different points. Yes, sir, they're going to get it right now. We should have it done in a day. I've heard that about 4 times. I heard it after Kings. You know, they said I was a king. And I heard it after Kings. I heard it after a couple of other moments in time. And I said, no, I don't believe so. And now I heard it's after the election. I don't believe so. I think they will. I think they're kamikaze pilots. I just got back from Japan. I talked about the kamikaze pilots. I think these guys are kamikaze. They'll take down the country if they have to. So I don't think so. Millions of Americans are going to be without SNAP benefits. And I will say about SNAP benefits, so when I was president, we had $7 billion worth, and now they have many times that, because these benefits were given to anybody that asked, and they're up to, I hear, just many times, $47 billion. So it wasn't the purpose of SNAP. It was for people that really had problems, down and out, people that really had problems. But during Biden, they gave it to anybody that wanted it. I think it's something you have to talk about because the numbers are incredible.
All fools want to lie and act like this was an innocent mom, and we gonna get to Renee Good making bad decisions. That's her name from now on. But
Renee Good making bad decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, F around and find out. What is going on in Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen? See, there are peaceful ways to protest. You can grab some coffee, have a good debate, heated debate, and go back home to your loved ones. Why are you putting yourself in harm's way? And that's why, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, something about the story, ladies and gentlemen, just doesn't sit right. Why would you accelerate your vehicle towards an ICE agent? That doesn't make any sense.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She's just a loving mom who was just dropping her kids off at daycare, and the big bad ICE agents look at her and that bull dagger with her. Roll the clip. Get out of the car. That quick. Time out. She blocking the roadway. Can't we see that? She blocking the roadway. She's blocking the roadway intentionally. And if you didn't know what her intent is, listen. Roll it.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad, boy. Show your face. I'm not mad. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later.
So she is exercising her right, even though she is provoking the situation. She has the right to record. She doesn't have the right to antagonize, especially when the ICE agent has a job to do, because this is his 9 to 5, regardless of how you feel about his choice of possession, his choice of profession. At the end of the day, he still has to make it back home to his family. So you're recording in his face. You have the right to record.
That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking you want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Go ahead and get yourself some lunch, big boy. And her significant other accelerates on the gas towards the ICE agent and gets popped. And yet she gets a GoFundMe, gets millions of dollars raised, even though this was self-inflicted. When she could have had this debate easily once again in a coffee shop in the confinement of her home, but she wants to put the heat, put the pressure on an ICE agent, somebody that's already on high alert, somebody that's extremely stressed. You're in his face with a phone trying to accomplish what?
Same plate. when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
Fucking bitch.
Vehicle passes, you can see the dark-colored SUV driven by Renee Nicole Good. That's on the right there in the back. The surveillance video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about near the vehicle, then converging on it. And then you see right there the SUV begins to move, and that's when the shots are fired.
She lines him up. Soon as she back up, he now is in the front of the car. And she runs him over. Hits him. Boom. Now let's go back to the newly released footage. The newest one. Now we're going to play this all over again for you to see it, just in case some people just now joining. This is the body camera footage or whatever. I don't know if he got his own body cam, like his own personal camera, which I think he does, because they probably do this because they know that these people are going to be lying on them if something happens. But listen to the arrogance and the pompous nature of these nut jobs following ICE around, acting a fool, and then she ended up trying to hit this guy with the car. Roll the clip.
Get out of the car. Oh!
Why would you accelerate towards a government official that has a 9mm 45 whatever on his side hip pocket? Told you to get out the car and you do the opposite. You accelerate. Could have had your life if you just would have complied. But once again, I think she wanted to leave because what logical human being is going to press the gas towards a ICE agent? Tell me how that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking bitch.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Oh! That quick. That quick, he gets hit. That quick, she pulls off. He don't know if she gonna run straight at him or whatever the case may be. They talking all that noise. They talking all that trash. And this is what happens. That woman had no business being there. It's all stupidity from these ignorant folk on the left. And it wasn't by happenstance she ended up there. We did a little bit of research. Come to find out, this woman is already a part of an ICE chasing organization. They getting paid to harass federal agents.
Can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. And the same organization that this woman was a part of, this ICE, anti-ICE organization, they need to be held accountable too because their hands are dirty just as well. She was on the front line doing y'all's dirty work. But I don't see any type of recognition, especially from the Somalis. The Somalis are the one that's doing the fraud. You got these protesters out here fighting the Somalis' work. Meanwhile, they're the one getting 6 feet under. The Somalis didn't ask them to go on the front line. With that being said, if you feel some type of way, you can do so in the privacy of your home, go to a coffee shop, argue amongst your loved one. Why would you press the gas towards the ICE agent? Tell me how that makes sense.
Because of their own political agenda. That is called domestic terrorism. Let's go to let's go back up to the images of the GoFundMe. So you got this. The nose ring says it all every time. I don't know. $1.4 million raised. $1.4 million raised. 37,000 people decided to donate to, I guess, what's left of her family, because she too stupid to not do all that. I be trying to laugh with the balls. And people like to say, well, you know, when Charlie is on campus debating in a peaceful manner legally. It is an open campus, public university. He has the right to set his table up there and have debates. Somebody killing him in that scenario is completely unjustified, uncalled for, unnecessary. This woman is chasing down ICE agents and hit one of them with a car.
Why would you chase down an ICE agent? First of all, so you are part of an organization. I mean, of all things to be a part of, you're against ICE. Okay, you feel some type of way about ICE. You know, they're on the hot seat right now. All right. You can feel some type of way about ICE, but to put yourself in harm's way by accelerating the gas towards in the direction of an ICE agent, you want to accelerate. It's some crazy ass work. He told you to get out of the vehicle and you did the opposite. And people are saying that the wheels was turned, this, that, and the third. Stop the cap.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, if you was in the position of that ICE agent and somebody's pressing the gas towards your direction, what are you going to do? Just sit there and get hit? It's not promised that you will leave that situation. So the ICE agent at the end of the day has a family and he wants to go back home just as much as anybody wants to do. But yet people are siding with this woman that's on the screen that provoked the entire situation.
And ended up dying as a result of a justifiable use of force. Was he trying to kill her? No, it's no evidence he was trying to kill her. It was 2 quick shots, boom, boom, and it was over. People say, do she deserve to die? That's up to God. No man can decide if you deserved to die. All a man can do is say, was I justified in using deadly force against you because you were a threat of serious bodily injury or death? He didn't even have to be afraid of dying. He could have been afraid of that he would be seriously injured as a result of her weaponizing her vehicle to hit him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is not promised once again that you're going to be able to leave that situation. A vehicle, a deadly man, that is a deadly force weapon at the end of the day. It can take you out. I'm going to play a video here shortly explaining that in detail. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in the room. Let me know your take on the situation. Is the ICE agent justified or is he in the wrong?
And police officers don't shoot to kill you. They shoot you to eliminate you as a threat. So him shooting into the vehicle twice, there's no indication that he intentionally killed her. Him getting hit was almost simultaneous with him shooting. She ended up dying as a result, which is unfortunate, but that's what happens when you do this stuff. And every time I talk about her, I'm gonna talk about our hero or somebody who we should be supporting. Put my computer up. They raised $1.4 million for this woman. And that other woman with her ain't gonna raise that kid worth a dime. So yeah, they finna get $1.4 million for that other woman. I want to call her a derogatory term, but I'm not. For that other woman to raise that boy to be gay. That's what's gonna happen. He ain't got no father figure. He got a dumb liberal wearing pants and jeans like she a man, raising a little boy with 1.4 million. But instead of doing that, how about we support Nick Shirley? You can go and support Nick Shirley right here. We had 3,500 people donate to his fund. They got 37,000. I know we can get more people to come and support Nick Shirley and his security so that he can be safe doing the right thing. He ain't out there doing all that crazy stuff. Nick Shirley's doing the right thing. All right, get me back to the news. Here's another image of the group that they follow or whatever that they're a part of. Minnesota Ice Watch. Mick Stinky was a part of that group. You can see right here. And what do? In Minnesota, they're chasing down, blocking, obstructing lawful work that ICE is doing in the community. So these dummies are coordinating this stuff. When they could be doing something better with their lives, instead, these two dykes are running around in a car trying to run over ICE agents. All right, get to the next one. Then you got them being associated with this recruiting of people to go and harass, assault, dox ICE. So more than a mother, this is what she doing. She, to me, to be honest, she probably put more effort in this than being a mama. This is what they're involved in. They got a Zoom call where they're going to do a Zoom call to talk about how they're going to defeat ICE, how they're going to organize against ICE. They're organizing against a lawful federal agency conducting
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
laws that are on the books. If you don't want immigration law, then you vote for the laws to not be on the books. They're just enforcing the law. And the law, to be honest, is in the best interest of America. What's wrong with getting people that's illegally in our country out of the country? That's it. That are committing crimes. So we in that vein, we have clip 104, which is represented on CNN. It's just blasting these people. They like, can I say this before we start? Why is it always the white man that only makes sense on these shows? Mostly it's none of the women, and definitely none of the black people. It's only white men that make sense on these shows. They need to get more black people on these shows, black men, so we don't just look like we all stupid.
Make that bitch make 10. Or do you need to embarrass me to get your views up, bro? Do you need to drag me, humiliate me, ask me all my business, and put my shit on for these little punk ass niggas that delete my messages, pipping y'all? Or I ain't even a hateful person, bro. I just got.
He doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
Can't find a black person on this show that make any sense. At least the ones they frequently present. Roll the clip.
Well, the New York Post is reporting tonight that she was part of a local organization and she was labeled as an ICE warrior. Her role was to go out and impede ICE to do videos and stalk these guys. I mean, can we not just admit right here, right now, can we all agree, but for her actions, we would not be having this discussion tonight?
No, we
that
can't
is
all agree
absolutely
that.
true.
No,
Think about
yes,
this.
Absolutely
yes.
true.
Cannot all agree
Oh,
that.
yeah, no,
This is
no,
bananas.
absolutely.
What is happening again is once again,
Time out.
one side
Time
is
out.
painting the
And dumb women like her. The world can be better without ignorant, dumb black folks and dumb women. Keep these dummies off to the side and let's bring in the good people. Let's bring in women that got common sense. That's not stupid cat ladies. And let's bring some black folks in that's just not completely stupid and indoctrinated. God dang, I'm tired of looking at these ignorant folk. Just stupid. And she gonna get stupider. But I want to comment on one thing he said. If it had not been for her actions, we wouldn't be here. Why they want to blame everybody? Why they want to blame the reaction? It's a reaction to her actions. If she had not been chasing ICE down and running over people, she'd be still alive today, wouldn't she? If George Floyd hadn't hit coke or speed or meth or whatever he did and resisted arrest, there would be no knee on his neck. I don't know why people can't get that in their head. If Michael Brown had gotten off the side of the road and didn't try to kill a police officer, if Eric Garner didn't resist arrest on his 47th arrest, there would be no, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. You know why Brandon Tatum ain't gonna get shot by a police officer because I ran one of them over? Because I ain't gonna do what she doing. Brandon Tatum ain't gonna get, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Because if they tell me to do something, I'm gonna do what they told me to do. I told my son this last night, and my son know better, but I keep putting in his mind. I say, son, you see how stupid these people are? Yeah, Daddy, I see. If a cop tell you to do something, you do it. And if they doing something wrong, you call your daddy, and I'll take care of it.
It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. If you just listen and comply, understand, police since 2020, since Rodney King, police have been on footage for a lot of nonsense. So I understand the fear when you get pulled over, but at the end of the day, it's their playing field and you have to comply. Put your hands on the steering wheel, turn off the ignition, pull the keys out of the ignition, put the car in park, turn down the music, turn off everything, and make it home safely. Deal with the ticket later on.
Or you go to court. And there's no curbside justice because you're going to get killed. Right, wrong, and different. Even if she was right, she's still dead. Like, it don't matter if you're right. Come on, put it back on the screen. Let them finish. Let them cook. We got a minute and a half. Let them cook.
The other side is if we are terrorists, as if we are radicals. We've got the vice president calling her deranged, a deranged leftist.
What was she doing there, Lee? What was she doing?
Do you honestly want to know?
You tell me.
Okay. She was there in her car after dropping her child off at school. She was shot at 9.
Blocking 2 lanes of traffic, right.
She was not blocking 2 lanes of traffic because we both watched her wave 2 people around her car. They drove around her car, so she was not blocking 2 lanes of traffic. Then when they told her to move, she backed up and she drove. I've said this a million times. That's not the point.
What was she doing there?
The point, it doesn't matter what she was doing there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm walking down the street.
Impeding legal
She was not impeding anyone.
She absolutely
was not impeding anyone.
Let me
This is
just say
completely
this.
bananas.
It doesn't actually matter why she was there. She
Oh, of
didn't
course not. It
deserve.
doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
She
It
didn't
absolutely
deserve to
matters.
die. Because you know what? If there was a de-escalation tactic, which some of the work I've been doing for the last 15 years of my career, if there was a de-escalation tactic and not drawing a weapon, there's a way. You have the license plate. Guess what? If I go, hey, you look me. You don't look over there, right? So if a man is coming to
What is this woman talking about?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
De-escalation tactic. She pressed the gas towards the direction of an ICE agent. What's the ICE agent supposed to do? Just sit there and get hit? Stop the cap.
your car and pulling, you might not even see the officer in front. Let me finish.
Hit the smoke alarm
And
for
she
her.
said,
She
go
was-
around.
she was ordered to get out of the
And so
car.
that
Guess what?
she deserves to die.
Do you not think, have you ever lost your mind sitting here?
You sound like
honestly?
you lost your mind because
No,
you're saying
are
it's
you
okay
not
to impede law
seriously
enforcement.
I'm not
Really,
saying
a
that.
bracelet
I'm
guy.
saying that she did.
Get back in the kitchen. Get these women back in the kitchen. Get them off this show. They have not learned manners or common sense. They just ignorant folk. You know I'm joking about the kitchen thing. Don't get mad at me. I'm just joking. Some of y'all going, I don't call him Brandon, he misogynist. No, I'm joking, kind of. But the lady says it don't matter why she was there. Is that not a part of the investigation? So when they make a determination of guilt on behalf, or guilt or innocence on behalf of the police officer, are they not going to bring into question that her entire motive was to come there and to obstruct? So that plays into her mindset. If her whole motive was to go there to obstruct traffic into she's joining these anti-ICE groups, that's her motive. Just like if this guy, the ICE agent, was a part of a anti-women group or something like that, you would be like, hey, maybe that speaks to his motive. He hate women. So when a woman does this, he acts the way he acts, maybe it could speak to his motive. So anybody being a part of anything pre-event is invaluable in an investigation. And then you got the other, I want to say something, but I'm trying to be a Christian. You got the other woman out there that's trying to dress like a man, and she out there antagonizing. They're out there confronting them. It's their motive.
Ladies and gentlemen, when has it been normalized to provoke ICE agents? These people have concealed to carry. They're a license to delete, especially if you are a threat, especially if you are moving your vehicle towards their direction. Why in your right logical mind do you think it's okay to press the gas towards the ICE agent? Then people want to backdoor and say she wasn't going the direction of the ICE agent. She turned the wheel. Stop the cap. She floored the accelerator she pressed down the gas, ladies and gentlemen. And we got to stop playing around. Your life is on the line if a car is going your direction. So as the ICE agent, regardless of how you feel about ICE, he has to protect his life at all times. And his life was threatened. So if it looks like a duck, cross like a duck, it's a duck. And people are making it more complicated than what it has to be, talking about she turned the wheel. Are y'all serious? She turned the wheel. This ain't Jesus turned the wheel. As a matter of fact, she should. Hold on now.
How much I'ma spend profiling?
It don't matter why she there. Does she? And this is the thing, how you know either your friend, your mama, your cousin is a complete stewhead. It's when they say, but did they deserve to die? Deserving to die is in an isn't on the plate here. Nobody says she deserved to die, but she did deserve to be shot.
Absolutely. And if you keep it a bean, ladies and gentlemen, the ICE agent only let go of 2 rounds, 2 shots. If he had ill intentions, he would have let her rip. He would have emptied the clip. He gave 2 shots to neutralize the situation, and unfortunately, she is no longer with us. But nobody told her to press the gas towards the ICE agent. And if that was your loved one, as a matter of fact, if that was you, what would you do in that situation? If somebody is moving a moving vehicle, weighs who knows how much, putting your life in jeopardy, are you just going to sit there and get deleted, or are you going to defend yourself? At that moment, you have to put stuff into context, ladies and gentlemen. It is fight or flight. It's not time to have a delay or second guess. What should I do? You have to protect yourself at all times. And in that situation, that ICE agent, his life was on the line. Stop the cap.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Now she died. That's, it happens. But she deserved to get shot. She didn't deserve to die. That's up to God to decide if you deserve it or not. And if you see her hell, you'll know she deserved it. But anyway, let me move on. Let's go to Donald Trump administration, the Trump administration alluded to. They're going to investigate these funded groups that I think are vicariously responsible for her death. When you go and you commit a
Absolutely. The groups that she was involved in, ladies and gentlemen, they also need to be held accountable, because how is she going to be a part of these anti-ICE groups, putting her on the front lines, putting a woman on the front line, doing y'all's agenda? Y'all also need to be having a day in court. Absolutely nonsense. And why does a group like this even exist? Crazy work.
homicide and somebody dies in the commission of a homicide, all the accomplices are charged with the same crime as the person who killed the victim in the case, which means that I go and break in somebody's house and I go rob somebody and somebody dies, whether it's me or the victims. Anybody dying that, everybody gets charged with first-degree murder. And I honestly believe that the groups and the people that are behind encouraging these nut jobs to go out here and do this, they should be charged with her death. Vicariously responsible for them encouraging violent acts against ICE agents. All of them should go to jail. Roll the clip.
And as we learn more about Renee Nicole Good, who was shot and killed by this ICE agent, DHS sources telling Fox she was a Minneapolis-based immigration activist, part of the ICE Watch effort across the city. So basically what sources are telling me is this group is organized to monitor, track, interfere, and oppose ongoing federal immigration enforcement operations. They all tell each other where to meet up. They share.
Why is this group even still coherent? The FBI needs to shut this down ASAP, because it's one thing to have a group and nobody's lives is at stake. But now, play, this is for real. Y'all want to be anti-ICE, y'all want to shout, y'all want to rally, want to protest. Okay, it's all good and dandy when your life is intact. But when somebody's life is in jeopardy, we got to stop the cap. This organization on Instagram needs to be hunted and needs to be removed from this planet. There needs to be protests against that organization going against ICE, because one of your own has been removed from this planet. They're in a shadow realm. There is no return because of an agenda. Regardless of how you feel, there is peaceful ways to get your voice heard. And if injustice has been done, you can record. In 2026, we have such things as a camera. You can record the injustice and take it to court. But to go in the front lines, to provoke ICE agents, and when given a command to get out of the vehicle, why did you accelerate the gas? Why did you press the gas towards the ICE agent? And sympathy is towards this woman as if she was done unjustly. Nobody told her to floor the gas. Crazy work.
The locations, etc. And they say, according to this investigation, before the shooting, Renee Nicole Good had followed the agents around to other locations, and then, as we saw in the video, used her car to block the roadway. Back out here live, I think this could be maybe one of the big parts of this investigation. The feds are now looking into these ICE watch groups, not just here in Minnesota, but across the country, because they're not just, quote, legal observers, these people. They're blocking ongoing operations. They're jumping on cars, and there's just a lot of chaos happening in Minnesota. So we'll see what happens for the Day of Unity, I guess.
Right, Alexis, so we know for sure this isn't just a poet just who is driving away in a traffic stop. We know she was an activist, right? We know she was part of a formal group that had training to do just this.
That's right, and that's what the feds believe is going on at other locations. You know, now that this happened too, Brian, in this neighborhood here in Minnesota, they don't believe these ICE watch groups are just going to, pack up their bags and go home. They're revved up. They're ready for the weekend. We know more protests are coming. And then there's still ongoing ICE operations. I think they think they're going to run the feds out of town. President Trump says we're not going anywhere. We support the men and women of ICE. And once they see more people getting arrested here during these lawful operations, they're going to, freak out again.
All right. Thank you so much, Alexis. Yeah, she was an ICE watch.
Ice watch witch. That's what she was. Just dumb. Here, we got a text message. Or
Yo, Tatum called him an ice watch witch. So was your life worth getting deleted because of somebody that's scamming? These Somalis are scamming out their teeth. They can't even get the building spelling where they're scamming at correct. These Somalis are scamming, and you going out there and putting your life on the line for Somalis?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Coming into the United States, changing the flag of Minnesota to their own, and you're putting your life on the line. Meanwhile, the Somalis didn't ask you to put your ass in jeopardy to defend their honor. Crazy work.
a note from her brother-in-law, and pretty much the gist of what he's saying, it says New Good's former brother-in-law, I guess Joseph, has weighed in on the tragedy, telling the Daily Mail on Wednesday night that she put herself in a dangerous situation without reason. She had no reason to be there, in my opinion, he said. It had nothing to do with her. She shouldn't have been in the way. She had nothing to do with ICE agents or immigration, so she shouldn't have been there. She should have minded her own business. Joseph said Good had 3 children, including a 6-year-old son that she shared with the Air Force veteran brother, or his brother, I'm assuming, Tim, who tragically died in 2023. Her older 2 children from a previous relationship are in custody of their father. So she ain't anyway. The father, the kids, the boy. Now, I'm not saying every mama that don't have their kids is a bad mama. I would argue a mama that don't have their kids and their kids live with their daddy would be good mamas. Because some of y'all raggedy women want to hold your kid, and the daddy is a good influence, but you want to be selfish. So you don't want.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tatum Insight. You know, that's his personal opinion. I believe at the end of the day, I'm judging on exactly what happened. Whatever she wants to do outside of the situation is her business. If she wants to open her legs to the whole world and not be a mother to those kids, that is her business. Who am I to judge? But physical documentation of her pressing the gas towards an ICE agent is an absolute no-no. To think you're above the law, like, let's keep it a beam. If a minority was to do that same act as her, would they have any grace? But because it's a certain skin complexion, we're gonna have to keep it YouTube friendly. Because a certain skin complexion, she thinks she's above the law. That's some crazy work. And it's not even about a race thing, but how in the world on God's green earth do you think it's okay to press the gas towards an ICE agent? I understand you're heated, you're fully emotional, you're recording, you got your girl recording outside the car. The ICE agent gave you a command and told you to get out of the vehicle, and instead you do the opposite and you press the gas towards his direction.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Ever let them see their daddy, because you want control. Because they daddy don't want you, then you can't see their kids. But good mamas. And I'm not saying in every situation, because some dudes are dirty and they don't deserve to see their kids, some of them. But I'm saying in a situation where the dad is a good man, mama a good person reasonably, and you got kids. Sometimes when you see the kids living with their daddy and not with their mama, a lot of times it's a good woman that know that the daddy can take care of them better than I can, or the dad is better equipped to deal with them at this age than I can. And I'm humble enough to allow my children to have a good life than for me to be holding my kids back because I'm selfish. So she could have been smart enough to let the kids go with the daddy because she's a dumb activist married to a woman. So maybe I'll give her credit with that one. So she may not just be a dirty dog woman. She may have realized that me and another woman can't raise no boys, so I let them go with their daddy. But
ladies and gentlemen, my honest take, it's just my opinion. I believe for her to press the gas towards the ICE agent, I think she wanted to leave this earth. Because what did she really think was going to happen pressing the gas towards the ICE agent? Did she think she was going to walk away free? There's going to be some type of consequences. Was there going to be a ticket? Hey, my life was threatened, so here's a ticket. See you in court. No, there's no ticket for having your life threatened, especially a government official. If they give the laws to say, if somebody comes into your house, you have the right to protect yourself. So what is an ICE agent supposed to do? He has the right to protect himself. We got to stop the cap and be adults here. The narrative and the logic that's being spread is crazy work, as if she was in the right. How is she in the right and she's putting the ICE agent life on the line? He told her, get out of the vehicle, and she pressed the gas towards his direction. Then people want to even be as petty to say she turned her wheel. What? Even if that is said, he gave this woman a command to get out the vehicle, and she pressed the gas. She was fleeing the scene. Stop the cap.
How much I'ma spend profiling?
Fortunately, the other kid that's left with the GoFundMe money, I'm assuming, is that other nasty woman, and the kid is gonna have the millions of dollars. But that's her second kid that his daddy, who was in the Air Force or in the Special Forces or whatever they said on that thing, that he tragically died. So it's incredibly unfortunate that that kid's daddy died and now mama died. Daddy may have died a hero. I don't know. Mama definitely didn't die a hero.
That's somebody who I do have sympathy for, because the kid didn't ask to grow up without biological parents. So now the kid is traumatized, and now forever it is going to be documented that this kid's mother, unfortunately, made that decision to drive in the direction of an ICE agent. So they did compensate the family. I mean, $1 million if they plan right. I mean, he can have some type of start, but it's no money that can take place of your parents. My condolences goes to your biological parents, to the child, man. And it's it's hard to comprehend at a certain age, but when he grows up, it's going to be all over the place, and all because of ego.
Last name good, making bad decisions. And I really don't want to be insensitive, but this stuff got to stop. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all out here dying for no reason. It's just like these young boys and
passing away for no reason. Imagine waking up, deciding to cause mayhem, thinking you're above the law and accelerating towards the direction of an ICE agent, thinking that you're going to make it back alive. Are we serious?
Gangs. You die for what? A color? You die for what? Your set? And when you go to jail on behalf of your set, they're gonna be with your woman. There ain't no loyalty in this game. And you dying over something stupid. All right. Let's get to Will Cain. Because we got some Democrats who are obviously losing their mind. We got J.D. Vance that stood up against the lies. And we got the Jacob Fry guy who's a complete idiot, and I want to point him out. Let's go Will Cain first. Roll the clip.
In your words, that what happened was not self-defense, this was murder. Speaking of the ICE incident in Minneapolis. The words are on the screen for anybody that wants to see that. Series of questions. Have you interviewed the officer, the ICE agent involved in the shooting?
No, but I've watched the video. Why are you so afraid to show the video?
I know you've watched the video. No, I know you've watched the video.
You didn't watch that video.
Have you seen law enforcement reports? Have you?
Why don't you just show it and let people use their own eyes?
Excuse me, I have. Have you seen the police reports, the law enforcement reports? Have you seen any of the paperwork filed by ICE on what happened in this incident?
No, I haven't seen all of that, just like you haven't seen the classified justifications for going to war in Venezuela, by the way.
Excuse me, Congressman.
You haven't seen that.
That's a complete version of red herring. Have you interviewed any eyewitnesses
not a red
on the
herring,
ground?
It's what we were just talking about.
Have you interviewed any eyewitnesses on the ground in Minneapolis? Have you interviewed any eyewitnesses?
Have I personally interviewed them? No, that's not my job. My job is to speak truth to power.
It's really interesting.
And when I look at that video, I see murder. And I think we should call it that if that's what happened. And by the way, I've been in situations like that. Have you ever
invoked the concept of due process. I've looked at your tweets. You've talked about the concept of due process. No, this is important for everybody to understand.
Come on, Will.
You have a job, and you highlighted to us as a congressman. You watched a viral video. I don't know how many videos you watched. There's multiple angles, but you watched a video. You didn't interview a witness. You didn't look at law enforcement reports. You haven't spoken to the agent involved. And with that limited knowledge of looking at a viral video, you went to social media and you condemned the federal officer to murder. You made that conclusion long before an investigation was played out. And I'm just curious, is that in line with your vision of due process?
Let me ask you this. When a United States senator says that our troops should follow the law, and the president of the United States says he should be hanged for saying that, he's condemning him to...
Talk about moving the goalposts. I be trying to laugh with the bros. What kind of response to that is... He didn't answer the question. That's what you call a politician. Man didn't even answer the question.
Death?
I'm talking about you, Congressman.
Do you think that that's responsible?
I'm talking about
but my question is, you love to criticize Democrats. Have you ever criticized a Republican like the President of the United States when, for doing something totally innocent, like telling Americans to follow the law, the President says someone should be hanged? The President condemns someone to death, and you can't say a thing. But when I see with my own eyes something that looks like murder, yeah, I'm going to call it the truth. And the courts will decide. The courts will decide. But I am going to call it what I see it, because I think that we should speak truth to power.
No matter what happens, no matter if there's assassination attempts on ICE, riots in the street, you will outpace due process.
Excuse me, they just murdered an American citizen.
Based upon a viral video and call something.
That's cap. They just deleted an American citizen. No, they told her to get out of the vehicle. They gave her a command. She rebelled. She did the opposite. She pressed the gas in the direction of a government official, and she effed around and found out. It's unfortunate, but nobody told her to press the gas.
That we live in, and these politicians are just walking off thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump, they want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering, and these people just walk off. We have a governor who fucking doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die?
Look, Will, I'm going to get death threats just for being on this interview, okay?
Well, I hope that's
not
the
afraid.
Case. I really hope that's
it probably will be. I'll let you know when we're done.
Ain't nobody even know who this dude is. Man, I ain't never seen this dude a day in my life. I'm going to get death threats. Corny, weirdo, like soy boy. Ain't nobody death threatening you, bro. At the end of the day, it's because you're an idiot. If anybody has a contention with what you said it was murder. We just watched the video, and she hit him with the car. That's not murder, you idiot. I tell people when they come up, put some money on it. I swear, somebody go, it's murder. Put some money on it. Let's put some money on how this outcome's gonna come. I put $100,000 on, he not gonna be found guilty of nothing. She hit him with the car. That's enough to make a man feel that he could suffer serious bodily injury or death. They trying to open the door and she's driving off. She could drag one of the other officers. Use of deadly force.
Absolutely. She's not a child. There wasn't a dog behind the wheel. This is a competent human being that decided for some reason in her mind to accelerate the gas towards a government official. Instead of getting out of the car and abiding and listening and complying to a law official, she did the opposite. And once again, if she felt like injustice was being done, she could have recorded, take it to court, and win through the judicial system. I understand the judicial system is fraudulent. It's a lot of stuff going on in the courtroom, but that's better to deal with that than to end your life in a blink of an eye.
Of course, she died as a result. That's not on the table. Whether you die or not don't matter. It's whether the use of force is justified. And in that case, the use of force was justified. Unfortunately, or fortunately, that's up to God to decide or whatever. She ended up dying. Let's go to J.D. Vance and what he had to say. Roll it.
When I was actually walking out here, somebody sent me a photo of a CNN headline about what happened in Minneapolis. And this is the headline. I'm just going to read it. Outrage after ICE officer kills U.S. citizen in Minneapolis. Well, that's one way to put it, and that is the way that many people in the corporate media have put this attack over the last 24 hours. And I say attack very, very intentionally, because this was an attack on federal law enforcement. This was an attack on law and order. This was an attack on the American people. The way that the media, by and large, has reported this story has been an absolute disgrace, and it puts our law enforcement officers at risk every single day. What that headline leaves out is the fact that that very ICE officer nearly had his life ended, dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg. So you think maybe he's a little bit sensitive about somebody ramming him with an automobile? What that headline leaves out is that that woman was there to interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation in the United States of America. What that headline leaves out is that that woman is part of a broader left-wing network to attack, to dox, to assault, and to make it impossible for our ICE officers to do their job. If the media wants to tell the truth, they ought to tell the truth that a group of left-wing radicals have been working tirelessly, sometimes using domestic terror techniques to try to make it impossible for the President of the United States to do what the American people elected him to do, which is enforce our immigration laws. The President stands with ICE. I stand with ICE. We stand with all of our law enforcement officers. And part of that is recognizing that you people in the media, not everybody in this room, but many people in this room have been lying about this attack. She was trying to ram this guy with her car. He shot back. He defended himself. He's already been seriously wounded in law enforcement operations before, and everybody who's been repeating the lie that this is some innocent woman who was out for a drive in Minneapolis when a law enforcement officer shot at her, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Every single one of you. Questions?
There you go, JD. That's why I like JD. We need listen to how JD sound, because I think he has a pair, and listen to how this weirdo sound. Brain is like this is a thing that bothers me about this wussy. Let's go back to JD. JD has a suit and tie on, and has his beard lined up. He looked like a man. When you're presenting yourself as authority in a situation where you don't put a sports coat on, at least look like a man. Now go to the wuss. He look like he haven't shaved. Look like a homeless man that they threw a blazer on in a bro. Can't you make enough money to get you a collar shirt that the collar stand up? Your collar lazy and lagging. How you didn't shave and your collar lazy? What kind of man are you? A man that talks like this. Roll the clips.
I mean, come on, guys. You know, I dropped an F-bomb. They killed somebody. Which one of those is more inflammatory? I'm going with the killing somebody.
That's so deep and stunning and brave. No, you're a dummy and you dropped the F-bomb for no reason. You want ICE to get out of your state, your city. You don't want the enforcement of immigration law in your state. But you want the illegals to be in your state. Let me tell you how stupid. Bring him up on another. Let me tell you how stupid this is. What you're essentially saying is that get the F out to law enforcement agencies or agents that are arresting people who are committing crimes in your city, but you don't want the criminals to get out of your city. Not one time has he said, I want the criminal illegals out of my city. But you want ICE out, but you don't want the criminals out. Make that make sense. Roll the clip.
Be successful. Apologize for the interruption. Here's the mayor of Minneapolis.
Already come to a conclusion about those facts is deeply concerning. The facts that from the very beginning they're calling the victim a domestic terrorist.
She was.
They're calling the actions of the agent involved as some form of possible. Much of the investigation, and even if there is the appearance that there is some conclusion drawn from the very beginning. If not hide from the facts, why not embrace them? If it's not a problem to have additional people at the table that have a deep commitment to the process and transparency and have run these investigations before, then why not include them in the process? The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension at the state of Minnesota has consistently run these investigations before. They have done so without bias. They have done so with a great deal of expertise. This is not some radical, way out there group. This is a group that is formed by experts who understand how to investigate. Many of them have been police.
Now, how do you think that they're going to give a fair investigation when they don't care that criminals are in their city?
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
That bitch make 10, or do you need to embarrass me to get your views up, bro? Do you need to drag me, humiliate me, ask me all my business, and put my shit on for these little punk ass niggas that delete my messages, Pippi and y'all? Or I ain't even a hateful person, bro.
You got this dummy that's on television right now telling them to get the F out of their city. You think that's an impartial investigation? You think they're gonna really give justice, and they won't even condemn this nut job who's blocking traffic, chasing ICE around the country, who's too stupid to be at home with her kids? She out here being an activist and can't even explain why. Let him finish. We got 40 seconds.
Officers themselves. So our ask is really simple here. Our ask is to embrace the truth. Our ask is to include the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension in this process, because we in Minneapolis want a fair investigation. Is it deeply concerning that this administration from the very get-go is drawing the conclusion that they...
Pull the clip up of the new body camera real quick. Just in case y'all just joined, you hear these nut jobs on TV talking stupid. Let's play the clip one more time. Just for the people in the back smoking crack. Roll it.
Get out of the car.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, right there. Why did she floor the gas? You hear the engine revving. She accelerate. She put down the pedal to the metal, and she went in the direction of the government official. And he is licensed to carry. He is trained. He did exactly what he was taught. His life was threatened at the end of the day. It's either his or hers. And at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel about ICE agents, he is doing his job, his occupation. And his occupation, regardless of how you feel about it, he is there to do an agenda, and you're in the way. That's one thing to argue word to mouth, but to get behind a vehicle and accelerate towards the direction of a law official is some crazy ass work.
Shut your bitch ass up!
That's it. I don't know what else y'all think. He got hit. You hear the blue, 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 blue. He got hit. All right, let's go on to the next one.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
ICE agents track them down, make their lives difficult, protest for Somali fraud, and they're always on the wrong side of history. But they're out there. They're definitely out there. And this is a situation where somebody got involved in some shit that they wasn't supposed to be in, and they fucked around and found out. Let's get into it.
A U.S. immigration officer has shot dead a woman in Minneapolis, sparking a row between the Trump administration and local officials over who is to blame. The Department of Homeland Security claimed the woman had tried to run over officers with her car and called it an act of terrorism. Minnesota's governor, Tim Walz, labeled the claims as propaganda, but President Trump, who's ordered the immigration raids, accused the victim of viciously running over the agent. Here's our North America correspondent, Nada Tawfik, and a warning that her report has images which you may find distressing.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
All right, before we even get into this, before we even get into the footage, what the fuck they doing out there, bro? What are they doing? Of all of the things that you could be doing throughout the day, we got real issues. Ain't nobody feeding the homeless. Ain't nobody volunteering to clean up no park. Ain't nobody showing up at no school to ensure that the children is getting all of the assistance. What are we doing? What are these people out there advocating for Somali fraud? Guess what I've never seen before? I have never in my life ever seen a group of Somalis that mobilized for anything when it comes to Americans, American culture, civil rights, nothing. I have never, ever in my life, ever seen any group of Somalis that mobilize on behalf of any fucking thing that's happening in the United States.
Fraud, and as a state employee, must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walz is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole, and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history.
We're going to go to these daycare centers. We're going to see what's actually happening.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally violent.
Now, with all of David's evidence.
Other people. What are these people doing? What are these liberal white apologists doing?
Minneapolis is the latest U.S. city to erupt after the Trump administration launched what it called the largest immigration enforcement operation ever carried out.
Why y'all beating on cars? Why y'all approaching federal agents? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why do you want to get pepper sprayed? What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
That bitch make 10, or do you need to embarrass me to get your views up, bro? Do you need to drag me, humiliate me, ask me all my business, and put my shit on for these little punk ass niggas that delete my messages, Pippi and y'all? Or I ain't even a hateful person, bro. I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Protesters were already on edge as immigration officers flooded residential neighborhoods and business areas. Then on Wednesday, the crackdown turned deadly after an ICE agent shot and killed a 37-year-old woman. The incident was filmed by those on the scene. Here, ICE officers aggressively approach a maroon SUV blocking the residential street, ordering the woman inside to get out of her vehicle before trying to open the door.
Why are you blocking ICE agents? Why are you out there doing anything? Why are you out there with your car? Why are you not, when they tell you, all right, when they tell you, I'm going to keep it 1,000. When they tell you, stop the car, pull over, open up your door, get out the car, turn off your engine, where's your license and registration, whatever it is, police officers, ICE officers.
I mean, common sense, right? But common sense ain't common nowadays, right? I mean, as cliche as that sounds, somebody's telling you with a gun to step out the vehicle, even if you are scared for your life. Why do you decide to put your life in your own hands by accelerating the gas towards a government official thinking shit is sweet? Stop the cap.
I gave it all for fantasy.
Federal agents. And I know y'all feeling so privileged. You feel like you can just get away with it and you can do anything you want to do.
He doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking...
And the reason I'm gonna be consistent is because it's the same energy that I have. For example, when the guy that got his window punched out, I said, you know what? I don't agree that the officer had to be so aggressive to where he actually punched him in the face multiple times when he broke through the window, right? But you remove, and this is the thing that I keep telling people on a regular basis, you remove your ability to challenge the authority by being disrespectful and an agitator and not complying with the orders. When the dude shut his door, locked his door, all of that stuff, the black guy, I said, you know what? He asked for that shit. Arguing, going back and forth, don't want to open up your door, doing whatever it is that you want to do. You asked for the shit. Did they have to be as aggressive as they did? Absolutely not. My rule of thumb is, all right, cool. Do what you got to do. I'm going to handle it on the back end. I'm going to see you niggas in court. The number one thing that I always say is that I first got to get through it. I gotta survive. I can't do nothing for my daughter if I'm dead. I can't challenge anything if I'm dead.
Absolutely. Make it back home to your loved ones. Make it back home so you can see another day. Because tomorrow's not promised. So why would we make it harder than life is already hard than it already is? We're not gonna make it harder by getting in the way of law officials, getting in the way of ICE when they are already on edge. Fraud is at an all-time high in Minnesota. This is where it's currently going on in Minnesota. These Somalians are scamming out their teeth. They can't even get the spelling in the building correctly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Let me make some eye contact here. I was looking at the wrong camera. That's some crazy ass word. Oh my goodness. These Somalis, ladies and gentlemen, are scamming so much. They are not even getting the spelling correct on the buildings where they're scamming at. So these ICE agents are trying to do their job, and people are getting in the way. Not only are they getting in the way, they're putting their life on the line. All for Somalis. We have to stop the cap.
I don't want nobody else to be able to tell my story. What the fuck is she doing there? Why are you with your Honda Pilot in Minneapolis in the middle of the day doing shit, blocking ICE agents and engaging in stuff that you don't want to deal, that you shouldn't be dealing with? What are you doing? They say she had a daughter. She had a wife. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. What the fuck is you doing? You ain't got nothing better to do? You don't have nothing better to do than to be out here in these streets. I'm convinced white liberals have no survival instincts whatsoever. No survival instincts whatsoever. Zero. No liberal apologists have no survival instincts. What are you talking about? We didn't run to the police. We ran away from the police. We was trying to, hey, I don't want to get caught.
Absolutely. The double standard, complying, getting pulled over by a government official. Of course, he feels some type of way, but what do you have to do? You have to make it home. Turn down the music. Potentially turn off the car. Take the keys off the ignition. Putting your hands on the steering wheel, both hands, to give 100% transparency to the law official that's going to your car, because it is not promised that he or her is going to make it back home as well. As we know, if people have warrants, people have nothing to lose, or vice versa, however that saying goes, and they're emptying, excuse me. They're letting it rip. Whatever they got, a 945, even a 38, they're letting it go. So to approach a vehicle is very uneasy for a police officer, regardless of how you feel about police. They're on edge 24/7. So why would you make the situation worse?
When the Ray Van came out, oh, shit, Ray Van. What's wrong with you? Y'all running into the pepper spray. Ah, my eyes.
What's crazy? Why are these people waking up to choose violence? And I understand if you don't stand for nothing, there's no point in living. But to execute, what is the end game? Why would you go in front of ICE agents as if they can't take you out? That can peacefully protest, sign a petition, have X amount of signatures, do it the correct way. Instead, you're putting yourself in harm's way for Somalis. Somalis taking over. What's crazy work? These Somalis are going to get deported. So who is the true victim of this fraud? The taxpayer, the United States citizen taxpayer dollar going to their 9 to 5, doing what's right, paying their taxes. They're finessing millions among billions of dollars out of Minnesota. Meanwhile, these anti-Trump protesters are going in the streets trying to talk about no justice, no peace for Somalis. Stop the cap.
My eyes.
She tries to drive away, but another agent opens fire. 3 shots are heard, and the vehicle loses control and crashes. Witnesses react in shock and anger.
Dude, you shot her! I'm trying to help! You know, they pulled.
Look at them. They all look the same. They all look the same fucking way. The men look like the women, and the women look like the men. They got the Where's Waldo chin. They got the Where's Waldo hat. They always look dirty. They always look like they make coffee for a living. Baristas. They all look the same.
They definitely don't all look the same. I believe, once again, these are NPCs. And someone said in the chat they were paid. Absolutely, they were paid, because who in their right mind is doing this on their free will? Come on now, we got to stop the cat. These are not real human beings. These are paid individuals that was told to do a certain agenda, and they effed around and found out. Unfortunately, their life is on the line. They didn't get a second chance to make amends for their wrongdoings. And sometimes that's all it takes for you to make one bad decision. So be blessed that you have the opportunity to be alive, but nobody's going to tell you to press the gas towards a government official. That's some crazy ass work.
Asian look like whites, and whites look like Asians. They all look the same, bro. They all gotta look. And I can't explain it to you, but it's just a look. Even the skinny women look like they throw up in the bathroom all day. They all gotta look. All living an alternative lifestyle. Yeah, they look like Harry Potter. They all look like Harry Potter. And Where's Waldo? No lips. They never have no lips. All their lips look like this.
Okay, now he's just taking a personal attack on a certain ethnic group. It's not, I ain't attacking the white tea people. He's going crazy on it. Anton Dan is going loose right now. At the end of the day, black, white, yellow, purple, you have a brain above his shoulders. I don't care how you look like. It's not about that. He's having fun with it. But let's keep it a being, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody told you, regardless of what skin color you are, you have a brain. I don't care about your religious beliefs. I don't care what skin color is on your body. You have a brain on top of your shoulders, and you have the spirit of discernment to make a decision. Should I listen to a law-abiding government official to telling me before he let it rip, telling me to get out of the vehicle when I'm in a direction, when I'm in the direction of my car, he's telling me to get out of the vehicle. Why would I accelerate when he's telling me to get out?
Yeah, just the ICE agent, and that's the ICE agent. They never have no lips. They all look like they only take one shower a week. And they got them circle glasses. They real big, and they real circly, and they real cheap. And they get the cheapest glasses that you can get inside of the store. Got the same glasses that their mama bought them when they was 13. Every single time, bro.
Pulled the person out onto the snow. There was some difficulty getting the ambulance through due to the number of ICE vehicles. They took the person away and started pushing people off the sidewalks.
The Homeland Security Secretary, an enthusiastic enforcer of the president's immigration raids, accused the woman of an act of domestic terrorism.
What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him.
Minneapolis's Democratic mayor was blunt on his reaction to that assessment.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly. That is
I'm going to deal with him shortly.
This was an
We're gonna get
agent
their reactions.
recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed.
What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and content.
Tim Watts, you have no business to speak. You're scamming out of Minnesota. You're scamming so much you had to resign.
The streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon. Where are we going now?
We're going to a place called Mako Childcare, which actually has another childcare registered at the same address called Mini Child Care Center.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's two.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans have moved in 6 months. None of them. In 2020, one of them received $1.3 million. In 2021, they got $987,000. In 2022, they got $714,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then the other one, $1.6 $604 million in fiscal year 2025. Fiscal year 2024, they got about $800,000, and in fiscal year 2023, they got $904,059. This place right here. Yes.
We're outside of it.
Well, this.
God damn, that's a lot of money they scamming out of Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know it, in 2020, the world shut down because of the pandemic. So they applied for a PPP loans. Businesses was trying to stay afloat, but these scammers, these Somalis, pretending like they're running a legit company, talking about daycare service, but it's not a single child in the building. But they're getting millions upon billions of dollars in Minnesota underneath Tim Walz. And when he gets caught up by the certain YouTuber that's on the screen, that's when he wants to resign.
I be trying to laugh with the bros. This is actually 2 daycares are registered here. One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Childcare Center. And between the 2 of these childcare centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year. And there are no children. Every facility as you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right.
It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life.
This is just the latest confrontation between the federal government and Democratic-led states.
Hot take, Tim Walz, maybe if he wasn't scamming, allegedly, right? Maybe if he wasn't scamming, maybe this woman would still have a life because she was trying to defend Somalis. So this is on your hands.
The fear is that the fury on the streets could now boil over. Officials in Minneapolis had warned that this could happen. In fact, they said that President Trump wasn't trying to bring safety to their cities, but was trying to sow chaos and fear. President Trump, for his part, has weighed in. He said he watched the video and says it seemed that the ICE agent was acting in self-defense. So those real divides persist with this escalation in these immigration raids. But the message to residents from Minnesota officials is to protest, but to protest peacefully.
Whenever they pause real heavy like that, usually they're reading and they're getting, stuff from producers on what to say. And they're protesting and they're trying to pace their words so it doesn't sound like they're reading or they don't get caught up in their words. But my take on this is 2 things is true. 2 things are absolutely true in this situation. The first thing that is true is they never should have been out there in the first place, and you cannot impede with an investigation, and you should not be driving away, running over, or running towards an officer at all. That's the first thing that's true. Objectively speaking, the second thing is true is I don't believe. Now I'm going to upset my conservative Republican friends. I don't believe that it was fully necessary and that he could not have survived her driving her car the way that she did without pulling out his weapon and putting 2 to the head. He could have, if he wanted to, reserved himself from ever engaging in that type of behavior as far as taking her life and taking her from this earth. If he wanted to, he could have survived, and he did not have to, in order to protect himself, have to give her the oof, oof.
Antoine, what are you talking about? A vehicle is revving their engine towards you. What are you going to do? He's talking about he didn't have to delete her. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section. What was the ICE agent supposed to do when a vehicle is revving towards his direction? At the end of the day, his life was threatened. So he has a 9mm 45 trained to delete. He did what he was supposed to do, and yet he's facing scrutiny when nobody told that lady to smash the gas towards his direction. That's some crazy ass work. Antoine talking about he didn't have to let her go. What was he supposed to do? Put the red carpet, rose petals for her, give her a nice bubble bath? Like, what was the ICE agent supposed to do when he hears the engine revving towards his direction?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Somebody comes towards me in my direction. Shit.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
I don't. I don't believe it. I believe that two things is true. But here's the problem.
Someone said that she was parked. I don't give two F if she was parked. Once again, if I'm in a situation as an ICE agent, ladies and gentlemen, put yourself in the ICE agent's shoes, regardless if you're anti-ICE or not. This human interaction with something that's going on, somebody's revving the engine, you hear that, is extremely hostile, stress is at an all-time high. Somebody's revving the engine. You don't know if her car is parked or not. Regardless if it's parked, she had ill intentions. What was she doing anyways in the middle of the street? What was her intentions? And we're defending her because of what? So she's defending the Somalis. The Somalis don't give two Fs about her. She should have a shrine. They should dedicate her life, but they don't give two Fs about her. She made that decision. And unfortunately, now she has to pass away with the decision that she made. There's consequences for your actions, and she effed around and found out, unfortunately. But once again, this is self-inflicted. Nobody told her to press the gas towards a ICE agent. That's crazy ass work.
Is that when you do what she did, you remove your ability to debate it because you let them control the narrative by doing some shit that you wasn't supposed to do. Should have never drove off, should have never drove toward him, should have never did any of that. He can plausibly say, listen, I feared for my life because she...
Absolutely. Somebody's in a vehicle, you're outside the vehicle. Who's winning that match? The person inside the vehicle. What is a body to a car? Here's the engine rev. She is going in the direction of the ICE agent. What is he supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen? We got to stop the cab.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Was coming at me with a 6,000-pound vehicle, and her wheel could have went this way or that way, and it doesn't matter whether I was hit or not. I don't have to wait until I'm hit before I start to protect myself, especially when we've asked you to comply as a federal officer with orders, and you were already out there impeding and doing shit that you wasn't supposed to do and making life difficult for us and doing stuff, and you shouldn't even have been there. You remove your ability to be able to debate what should have and shouldn't happen. Who's to say that he didn't fear for his life? Do I think that he feared for his life? I don't. I don't think that he feared for his life, not even a little bit. But when you fuck around, you find out. When you fuck around, you found out.
Oh yeah, she definitely effed around and found out, but unfortunately she won't live to see another day. As crazy as that sounds, once again, this is all self-inflicted. Nobody told her to be in that situation.
Am I going to lose sleep over this? Absolutely not. Am I going to lose sleep over this? Nope. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Not even going to lose an ounce of sleep. I'm going to sleep like a baby. When I seen this yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, I was on a plane. Right before I took off, I said, and I went right back to sleep.
What? Oh, no. I'm not that untouched with humanity. Keep it a bean. I haven't really had that good night's rest since this situation occurred because I'm an empath. So even though she was in the wrong, this is hot news, and it's very unfortunate that she lost her life over Somalis. That's some crazy work because they definitely are not going to lose their life over a United States citizen. As a matter of fact, they're stealing money away from the United States citizen, taxpayers' money. So we got to get our standards together because rest assured, we will not go to their homeland and they're not going to die for us, but they come to our homeland and we're dying for them. Stop the cap.
How much I'ma spend profiling?
Why can't I say it? Why can't I say it? People die for real reasons every single day. Listen. It's people that die in the military that y'all don't give a fuck about. I seen a guy the other day say that if you are in the military and you follow orders, I hope that a magnet hits you. I hope that a magnet of bullets hits you. And people cheered that shit on. and I'm supposed to feel sorry for somebody that put themselves in harm's way that could have been avoided. You showed up to something to die on purpose. You put yourself in a situation that you should have never been in. No, I don't feel sorry for you. Why would I feel sorry for somebody that showed up to die? What the fuck is wrong with you? There's people that die every day and they act like it ain't even a thing. It's a nigga out there dying right now. People die over situations that they can't control every day. And you know what people say? Well, oh well. They have no sympathy for the people that get assassinated. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for a woman that put herself in this position in the first place? Why would I don't give a fuck about her. I'm observing a situation and I'm having a conversation to maybe help you realize that you should do things differently instead of putting yourself in a position that you shouldn't be in.
Really believe that this girl was just innocently cruising through the neighborhood, minding her own business when ICE decided to shoot her. That's basically what he's saying. That she didn't do anything wrong. She was just enjoying her day. She had no reason to be shot because she wasn't even involved in whatever ICE was dealing with. She was just trying to make a turn. That's all she was doing.
You also said on Wednesday, quote, this was a federal agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying. Does your rhetoric need to change?
Yeah, I said this was a federal agent recklessly using power that ended up in somebody dying because that was a federal agent recklessly using power that ended up in somebody dying. It's exactly what happened. I mean, am I biased in this? Of course, and I'm biased because I got two eyes. Anybody can see these videos. Anybody can see that this victim is not a domestic terrorist. I mean, my goodness, she's like doing a 3 or a 4 or 5 point turn. This looks like somebody that's trying to get out of there. If doing a 3 point turn or a 4 point turn is a domestic terrorist, and my wife is a criminal every single day. It does not make sense.
Wow, you got a grown-ass man talking about his wife would be a criminal every day. Look at him making fun of the situation, bro. That's some crazy-ass work.
We've got to be operating from a point of course, have this investigation. It should be a neutral, unbiased investigation where you get the facts, you know. And by the way, I shouldn't be the one conducting the investigation, nor should Kristi Noem. But you should have an entity that is able to do it with some common sense and operating in reality.
Bro said all we needed was people who can operate in common sense and reality. Let me run some situations by you regarding common sense and reality. This is what I dropped. Did you hear the interview where Mayor Jacob Frey said that the lady was only making a 3 point turn? He said all she was doing was making a 3 point turn. So if my wife is going to make a 3 point turn and people are going to shoot her now because my wife makes 3 point turns, are they going to shoot her now? This is what the mayor was saying. Like we didn't see what exactly happened. That lady was not making no damn 3 point turn. I mean, the mayor will be telling people, oh, well, you know, the terrorists really were just trying to land the plane. They didn't mean to hit the Twin Towers. So now we're going to call all pilots terrorists because they're trying to land planes? That's his logic. Like we're stupid. This is how they talk to their constituents, though. Like they're stupid. Oh, she wasn't doing anything. She wasn't obstructing those officers all damn morning, chasing them around on camera, antagonizing. No. She was just making a 3 point turn. That's all she was doing. She left something at the house. She was going back home. She forgot something. She was making a 3 point turn. No, she wasn't. But this is how the mayor talks to these damn Democrats because they don't got common sense. They're looking at videos trying to justify every single wrong they did to try to make it right. Oh, we're peaceful protesting. No, peace is prayer. That's what I think. Remember when we used to go to school, we was little. And we used to have a moment in the morning before school started, a moment of silence so we can all have a little prayer in our head.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Ben doing fine. If Miss shows that you're black again.
He said shows that you're black again. Shows that you're black again.
Bro, I don't need it. Bro, I'm not in a zoo, man.
Shows that you're black again.
Be like I'm some kind of zoo animal, man.
Now, everybody has their own thoughts, their own prayers. If you think good, you got a good prayer in your head. If you think evil, you got something evil in your head. See, these protesters got nothing but evil in their heads. Everything is about anger, evil, revenge, obstruction. It ain't nothing peaceful in anything they're doing. Oh, well, it's peaceful if we don't touch somebody. It's like the little kids. They be 2 inches away from your face. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Those are little kids who get knocked out all the damn time. I'm not touching you. Bing, get the hell up out of my face. Those are the kids that used to get hit. I didn't even do nothing to him. I wasn't even touching him. He just hit me. You keep antagonizing people, you're going to get hit. If you want a peaceful protest, go sit in the park somewhere. Go hang out in the park. 200 people not saying a single word, just sitting there in silence. That'll make a loud sound, actually, because people will wonder, what is 200 people sitting in the middle of a field not saying, they all just got their heads down? What's going on? Oh, they're protesting. Oh, see, that's how you make a statement. Everybody get together in peace and don't say a single word. Just bow your heads. What y'all doing is not peaceful. It's not even protesting. It's antagonizing. It's anarchy. That's all you got. We see this happening in other countries, and usually they get hosed down by the water hoses. We trying to be nice to you guys and allow you to act idiots without doing nothing. We're just making a 3-point turn. Just making a 3-point. Yeah, right. Like I said, and the Taliban was only trying to find an airport to land them planes in. They were just looking for it. They knew JFK was somewhere nearby. They were just helping the pilots out. That's all. That's all right, Mayor Frey? That's right. I mean, I do 3-point turns, 4-point turns all day in my big-ass expedition. That truck don't fit nowhere. I do 3-4-point turns all day. Not a single time have I been shot. You know why? Because I'm not impeding traffic. I'm not keeping cops from doing their job. I'm not keeping ICE from doing their job. I'm doing my job, transporting people. They see me. We're all moving around each other, finagling. We getting through traffic. That's why I have been making 3-point and 4-point turns for the past 6 years in big-ass trucks. Because I'm not keeping nobody from working. I'm working my damn self. We're not stupid, dude.
One life force for something that's more meaningful. Is it unfortunately? Absolutely. Am I going to lose 1 minute of sleep about it? I am not. I'm not. I report on death every day, B. Somebody said I feel sorry for her kids. Yeah, good luck with that, my nigga. Anyways, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, tell me them.
And the childcare center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell? Yeah. Try to get in, rang the doorbell, nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There'd be maybe like a playground or something outside, or...
There's no play area for the kids. So where are the kids? Where's anybody? How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day. I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building. Right there.
Oh, then now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming through.
Yeah, they're coming. The word's out.
Hello, is this your daycare?
No. Can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child.
Hold on. How you walk into a child care center and you don't know if there's a child in the child care center?
I be trying to laugh with the balls. Here. All right, let's go to the next location. And the fraud only gets more from here. Make sure you stay till the very end of this video to see exactly how much fraud we find by the time we are done. And before we go to the next location, I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota. And here in Minnesota, if you take a look at the Minnesota state flag, they recently changed it, and it very much so resembles the flag of Somalia. And really quick, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, Opus Clip. What used to just be an AI clipper has now become the most powerful AI growth tool for creators. Viral shorts for you then to choose from. And Opus just came out their new AI editor.
And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally 1 block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children. Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. Let's see if anybody is here. This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building.
So these Somalis are running scams with not a single child in the building, but yet they're getting millions among billions of dollars underneath Tim Watts. Crazy work.
Right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars. I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare. Why? Can I speak to a manager?
She said, why? Yo, this Somali woman talking about why. Someone's trying to enroll their kid into your business and you reply back with why.
I be trying to laugh with the bros. Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I tried to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cuz I need a spot to put my son Joey. Is this your daycare center?
These Somalis, they talking about why. What you mean why? Aren't you running a business scam? Talking about why.
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yo, this man is on the scam. He's in on the scam as well.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
With his AirPods in, it looks like he just got a haircut. He's clean shaven. The man is in on the scam.
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website.
This guy talk about win-win. What you mean win-win? You know exactly what's going on. You playing stupid. Acting like you can't read. You're a part of the scam.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there.
How many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
Why is everybody saying no? Aren't y'all running a business? Can I put my son in your daycare? She's talking about no.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
I'm not my son. No! You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But you said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now, they're all getting mad because he's showing the paperwork of this business being registered as...
You're scared of his color because you're about to get caught up because you're scamming. That's why you're scared of his color. The YT people, the white man is knocking on your door trying to hold you accountable, and you're talking about the documentation has been stolen.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
It's a business, 74 children, no children. We saw one child when the lady opened up the door. So now they're all getting mad.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Ask the owner. I'm the kids.
Well, then why are you talking for the...
Did she say she's the kids? Hold on.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
The guy to the right doesn't get enough credit. Nick Shirley's getting all the credit, but the guy to the right that's on the screen, he's been doing God's work, going in the trenches of Minnesota to uncover the scam. So he's asking this Somalian woman, where are the kids? And her reply is, she is the kids.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Owner, if you're telling me to talk to the owner.
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child
I'm not understanding what you're talking about.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
here?
No.
Does anybody?
No.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
Yo, homegirl in her bag, she going off telling her friend, "You're talking too much to the white tea man."
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day. As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city. And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center, absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9 million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now. From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign. That's how.
Stop the cap. Quality Learning Center? Y'all can't even get the spelling on the building right.
How blatant this fraud is here at this daycare. Don't open up! So this is Quality Leering Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this up. How are you scamming so much you can't get the spelling on the building right? Quality Learning Center?
Don't open up! They said they spelled learning wrong.
Don't open up!
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up!
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up! We have ice!
And what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children?
Don't open up!
And getting $4 million over the
Open up! It's ice!
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away!
What do you think about that? Are you in favor?
away!
Are you in favor of that?
Go away!
You know where
You're
the-
not welcome here.
Are you-
Shame on you!
Are you in favor of $1.9 million going illegally, fraudulently to this business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up!
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are. You don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up! It's ice!
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare center.
99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run away? Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States. Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
Where?
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child. You've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in here.
We're going to educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelled learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None, not at all. None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your take on this situation. Crazy work, Minnesota, all-time high in fraud of the Somalis taking over. Tim Walz has officially resigned, so slowly but surely they are uncovering the fraud, but still a lot of work to be done. I want to thank every single one of y'all in the building. Do me a favor and double tap the screen to like the video. Also, I want to thank every single person that subscribed to this platform. Hit the bell notification so you will be notified when I do go live. You will get that notification. Once again, let me know your take on the situation of this crazy ass work in Minnesota, fraud, people passing away for Somalis. Meanwhile, Somalis won't pass away for them. Crazy ass work.
I don't see him. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've
8
never
years.
seen a child here for 8 years?
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving
Disgusting.
$1.9 million?
It's disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant, too. That's, if they get caught for that's a federal offense. I know, I studied law.
And do you think Tim Walz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there. It's a parking lot.
And look, they even spell
Happy New Year. Like many Minnesotans, I have to tell you,
I be trying to laugh with the
I was
bold.
glad to turn the page on 2025. It was an extraordinarily difficult year for our state, and it ended on a particularly sour note. For the last
Yeah, and on a sour note, because you was scamming and you got caught. If you never got caught, would it be sour?
a group of criminals have sought to take advantage of this state's generosity. And even as we make progress in the fight against the fraudsters, we now see an organized group of political actors seeking to take advantage of a crisis. I don't want to mince words here. Donald Trump and his allies in Washington and in St. Paul and online want to make our state a colder, meaner place. They want to
I be trying to laugh with the bold
by attacking our neighbors. And ultimately, they want to take away much of what makes Minnesota the best place in the country to raise.
wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my God. Well, where? Yeah, it's just. I've never seen nobody here at all.
So how long have you been living here?
Since 2017.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building?
No, not at all.
So this big daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either.
No.
And the only window they do have, the door, is blacked out.
Yep, I see that. I've never seen anybody go in there.
Within just a few hours, we nearly approached $20 million in fraud, and we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood.
They've already begun trying to withhold funds that were meant to help families afford childcare, and they have no intention of stopping there.
Fraud taking place.
This place is called Future Leaders Early Learning Center, and it's licensed for 90 children. And in fiscal year 2025, they received $3.6 million. In fiscal year 2024, they received $3 million.
Politicians are just walking off, thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering, and these people just walk off. We have a governor who fucking doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people